Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Awaken to Happiness Now global series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. I don't know about you, but it's hot where I am. It is like 90 something, and then with the humidex, it's even more. So 90 something Fahrenheit and 32 Celsius, but with humidex, it's even more. So it's a hot week. Um, so hopefully you're staying cool wherever you are. So today I'm excited. My dear friend Laura Bolton is back with us, and we're going to be talking about overwhelm on planet Earth. So some of what we're going to talk about is we're going to look at why Earth is so intense right now and how to better manage this so that we can fulfill our purpose. We're going to talk about our pre-birth plan and best intentions, common overwhelm patterns for advanced souls, and most of us who are on these types of calls are advanced souls. Setting boundaries versus stepping up, what that means, twin track healing. That'll be interesting. And there will be a live healing process and, of course, some Q&A as well. So if you're here with me live, you can raise your hand or you can type your question in the chat. And again, for those of you who may not know Laura, like I said, well, she has been with us many times now. We love having her. It's always a fun, high vibe call. She brings through these fantastic healing processes and healing energies. So stay tuned for that. Laura works with advanced souls on deep life transformation. She specializes in identifying subconscious and unconscious programming. She is an expert in and works with clients. Oh, sorry. She's an expert in uncovering old timelines, which are creating your current life circumstances. And she works with clients to update beliefs, conditioning, and programs. With energy clearing and timeline shifting, she creates new energetic pathways to greater fulfillment. She is trained and experienced in a number of modalities to identify the best approach for each individual that she works with. This might include energy psychotherapy, working with subpersonalities, clearing with high beings, and multidimensional journeying. She carries healing wisdom from many lifetimes, as well as being certified in multidimensional healing in this one. She aspires for her work to bring greater freedom, excitement, connectivity, security, and peace. So we'll be talking to Laura about all of that and more. If you are new to me, new to my channel, if you're watching on YouTube, new to my show, please do subscribe, please do follow, etc., so that you can take advantage of all the current shows, previous shows, shows coming up. It is my deepest wish, desire, and intention to bring forward to you, for you, these wonderful speakers who are sharing their wisdom, their teachings, their experiences, their healing, their activations and processes so that we can all thrive. Right. So please join me in welcoming Laura back to the show. Laura, welcome.
Thank you.
So there's a lot going on right now, as you know, right? The solstice is coming up on Thursday. So there's a lot of intense energies on the planet, right? And some people, like, the topic that we're talking about today is overwhelm. So there are, I think, a lot of people who are experiencing overwhelm, right? So um, I'm not sure where you want to start, but I wanted to talk about what that means. What does overwhelm on planet Earth mean to you?
So this is the idea for this sort of topic came through it's the theme, sort of ongoing themes with my clients that are coming up that I wanted to bring through. And it's actually looking not so much at the energies that are going on now, but looking sort of broader, like big picture, like throughout our lifetimes, why I keep coming up against people who are getting stuck in these certain ways. I think one of the things, like, to sort of maybe describe the bit before the overwhelm to start off with, like how I understand like us getting to this sort of place. I mean, firstly, yeah, we on Earth we're going through intense challenges, drama, but if like we begin by like zooming out and looking at the very big picture and like understanding Earth as like, a speck in the cosmos of trillions and trillions of stars. And one of the facts that I always come back to that I enjoy is that there's more stars in the sky than there are grains of sand on the earth. So sometimes I think it's useful wherever we are on earth, every now and again to zoom out and understand that we're as significant as a grain of sand. So that's not even, you know, the size of us then on the planet. So as a way of, before we go into sort of what the different types of overwhelm are, to and even to use that as a sort of quite simple tool sometimes for you know, putting our drama into perspective, I guess. So I think one of the ways that I understand as to like how this overwhelm like happens is to use this concept, this sort of story that my teachers used to tell. My teachers, Jill Miller and Rami Thiviers, to look at understanding that before we incarnated, to say that we have this thing called a concept that's the conceptual theory that's a pre-birth plan, which as a story kind of helps us to understand in some sort of, it's like an earth style story. I think the reality is probably it's too complex for the human mind to understand, because, you know, the human part is a small part of the cosmos. But there's this idea that we sit like between incarnations, we've sat there with our guides and we've kind of gone, we've put our hand up, you know, oh, someone wants someone needs to go to Earth, there's, you know, there's stuff going on down there, and we put our hands up like, yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna go down to Earth. I can deal with these, you know, I can deal with this, the density down there. I can work things out. I can you know, and we come down with the best of intentions. One of the problems is potentially we forget previous incarnations here that we've really struggled with, or we don't have much experience down here. The people that we're making these plans with, let's say, don't really understand like the complexity of Earth either, or, you know, that's something they're hoping to understand more about. So they're sending us down here, and we take on too much, basically. So we come down, you know, I come across a lot of people that have incarnated into like really challenging, like to start off with, like family templates that we just get stuck in. You know, we can't come down here to do like this family template so strong here, this sort of, you know, come down, have a mum and dad that works out, and then, you know, live your siblings, all the other kind of family connections. So yeah, we come in, we come down with the best of intentions. We get zapped by dark energies. There's dense templates, stuck templates, earth templates, trauma, the whole family childhood issues, restrictions of being in a physical body. Talking this sort of broad level, like earth stuff that we all come down and have to try and deal with. And so then there's this common result of this overwhelm is either sort of having like a consciousness blocked, or just being too bogged down to function and do what we came here to do. And also to be here and to be sharing the joy and the light of being down here, of which there is, you know, plenty. It's just can be hard to sort of tune into all of that stuff. So that's kind of where I'm coming from this topic, and this is what I've had people come to me with. They're stuck in these, you know, in these parts. So this sort of pre-birth plan concept helps us to sort of zoom out and then consider, as we'll have a little look at in the healing process, consider how we rearrange these plans to be something a little bit more realistic, to clear the stuff that gets in the way, really.
Yeah, and you know, I think a lot of us that can definitely relate to feeling overwhelmed from time to time on our journey, on our path. And sometimes it's the not fully understanding, right? Like we keep asking, why am I going through this? Like,
Yeah.
what is up with this kind of thing? Like, and it's easy enough to say, well, you made these choices and that's why you're here, kind of thing, right? But
Yeah.
at the other end, in the past, I've been left with, like, no, it's not just based on choices that I've made in this lifetime. There's something else deeper going on here that I don't know and I don't understand, and I don't have the answer to, right? And then sometimes that can create frustration for people, right?
Yeah, definitely. Do the people with their hands up want to comment or make a comment or question
So one second, I just want
before
to
we
just
move on?
sure. I mean, there are some people with their hands raised, and there's some comments in the chat. Um, I don't know if they if what I mean, I don't think they raise their hand to comment. I think they want to work with you, kind of thing, right? Um, but yeah, people are definitely feeling that overwhelm, and I think sometimes it can lead to confusion as to why am I here? Why are we here? Right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you just kind of, yeah, uh, mentioned like both of these sort of ideas, but then so like, yeah, where do we go from here? And for me, I see actually there's two twin tracks, the twin track healings later on, but there's a twin track of dealing with this, which will be in a different balance for different people. But one of the important things I've done for some of my clients is setting boundaries and being clear with our guides, like what is too much, you know.
Mm.
And some people haven't really thought to kind of, communicate that in any kind of way, or really like even admit that, because there is this other way of dealing with it. And like often we need both. On the one hand, setting boundaries, really understanding like what is too much, what we need help with. And then on the other side, they're stepping up over and over and over again, getting knocked down, stepping back up. And it's, like I say, be different balances of those for different people.
And that's very tiring too. Like you have to keep stepping up or keep getting up after falling or so-called
Yeah.
mistakes or
So I
whatever.
mean, yeah, definitely for both of those, and like particularly for the setting boundaries. So for any of this, we need to do our practices for like just being in as calm and peaceful place as possible. Like to start off with, we can't really do either of those actions from that kind of really frazzled place. So yeah, definitely
Mhm.
getting the support and nurturance that you need, like always. But like particularly like say with the setting boundaries, that needs to come from a really empowered place, not a kind of crumbled, collapsed, kind of desperate, but actually, yeah, the being able to find a place of calm, and a sort of rationality to kind of be making those decisions and making those demands. And yeah, and then obviously, yeah, the stepping up, we need to constantly be doing all of the things to nurture ourselves, which we'll do a bit of. I know I did that in the audio for the package, but yeah, doing
Mhm.
the things to support ourselves. And then yeah, the twin track healing is then again the next level of how to deal with it. I would say sometimes with the boundaries, boundaries for feeling like, yeah, we've been given too much to do. This can be mirrored in could be mirrored in our life for with setting boundaries, here, small boundaries with people or with things in your work,
Yeah,
or
I have
all
not
of
been
those
very
other
good with
things.
setting boundaries.
Yeah, so yeah, realize, yeah, understand that these things are often working in tandem. So if that's something you feel like you need to do and you want to sort of set that intention, just do have a look at, day-to-day boundaries you can be setting as well.
But I think you said something about like setting boundaries with your guides. Is that what you were
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Or potentially this conceptual theory of the pre-birth planning team, going to your guides, your pre-birth planning team, and saying, I've been given too much. That's what I mean by setting boundaries. There may be guides that have never been down here. They don't really realize how how challenging it is. So it's sort of setting boundaries with certain guides, always something common practice, if you've probably seen me do before, is always upgrading your guides,
Hmm.
renewing guides that you've outgrown, that sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah. And that's important too, because we're constantly changing and evolving, right? So of course then our guides, our team has to also change and evolve with us,
Yeah,
right? We can't keep the same ones that we had 20 years ago because we're not the same as we were then. And our what we're dealing with in day-to-day life, and our choices is not the same as it was 20 years ago. So for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's definitely something you should be doing on a regular basis, especially when you're going through major changes. Like I know I'm going through major changes right now, so yes, I definitely need some new guys to assist me in, in this new transition in my life and with new projects and things like that, right? So it's like, yeah, time to ask for once I get clear on what it is I want to do, then then ask for new guides to support that.
Yeah, I often do the guide upgrade in terms of asking for specific things,
Yeah.
definitely. I was going to say something, I can't remember what it was.
So yeah, so Sue was saying in the chat, I always thought that when we up level, we automatically get new guides. Is that correct? And then Simone is also saying, asking for them, I experienced that they changed on their own on my Earth walk. It's a combination of the two, is
I
what I
yeah,
have found as well.
I mean, there's no harm, is there, in asking for more? I
Yeah.
personally do. That doesn't mean that they don't automatically change, but I've had negativity infiltrating my guide team. You need to be quite discerning with what's going on there. If you've experienced your guides automatically upgrading, then that's great. But
Yeah.
it
And
can be
sometimes for
different.
me, it happens as I'm doing processes, new guides, new beings come through. And so then it's up for, to me, like, do I want to continue working with them? Right. And then also asking, in general, is it time for me to have some new guides to help me with this specific thing? Right. And
Mm.
so you can definitely,
We
definitely
can
ask.
ask for guides to be repurposed as well. Some that, if you feel like there's guides you've outgrown. I mean, what I was going to say, we're going to do this a bit in the process, but some of it, with this sort of boundary setting idea, is also potentially like a feeding back, particularly if we're working with beings that aren't used to Earth, to really describe
Mhm.
how things feel. One of the things to note as well, but this sort of difference that we have on Earth compared to maybe other places in the cosmos, something unique to us is our moon. See, other planets have moons, but how the moon actually interacts with the Earth, like how densely we feel, like emotions, the moon being
Mhm.
connected to emotions, the moon having the power to draw the water in and out with the tides. So yeah, I think I do regular processes with the sort of feeding back idea of like imagining, and obviously it's really different. Connecting with your guides is very different for different people, how you experience that, or how you explore that. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely, but definitely something to think about, something to do, and for those of you who are working with your guides regularly, and those of you who are not working with your guides regularly, you can ask. It's like, okay, is it? I think I need a new guide to help me with this specific thing. There's definitely no harm in that for sure. Support is always there, and that's the key point for that is the support is there. Oh, thank you.
Essentially with this, asking, intending for, guides that have had more experience down here, you know.
Yeah, because it is different for sure. Okay, so
Potentially.
Caroline has a question. She has her hand raised. So Caroline, do you want to unmute yourself? And we'll
Hello.
see what. Hi.
Hi, beautiful. Um, so I've been having a lot of
Can you speak up a little bit because it's a little low?
I've been having a lot of harsh heart palpitations for quite a while now, and I have like a lot of processes under my belt, and so I'm just looking for some further guidance where that's concerned. Sorry, my printer's still going. Sorry about that. Let me.
Oh, we can't hear the printer. It's okay. I can't anyway.
Okay, I wasn't expecting to do like healing stuff. Heart palpitations. I mean, go to the doctor's the first thing to do for,
I went to the doctor's,
Okay.
my blood taken, all of that's been done, so.
It might be interesting to look at your chart. It might be that you're something is activating like your Venus, or there may be something going on with Chiron that is just creating heart. I want to say it's something to just to breathe through and to go through and to not I haven't got my healing stuff with me. Yeah, it's not, I don't think it's not, I don't think it's anything to worry about. To breathe into it and to keep asking if there's anything you need to understand about it. But I feel like it's something that's something old that you're working through, and it's a transit. I feel like it's a transit. I would want to look at your chart and see what it is you're going through, like on a planetary level, to kind of help understand it. I don't know if you know your chart at all, but your astrology chart. I don't know if Laura said, but I'm an astrologer as well.
Oh, okay, yeah, well, I'm July 10th, 1963. I'm Cancer, and I think it's of course the moon affects me. I'm a life path 9. I don't know if that's what you mean, but
I haven't got time to look up your chart now, but I don't think.
So, you know, what was coming through for me for some reason is like it was a heart activation, but they were also showing me drumming. You know, like I think you have a drum, but they were showing me, you know, how when you're drumming, it has something to do with like the beat. I don't know, I don't know, but that's all they're showing me is the drum, and the the heart is being not just opened and activated, but it's okay. It is like trying to, what's the word, connect with the heartbeat of the planet. Um, not connect to, but be in balance with the heartbeat of the planet. I'm still not getting the right word, but I think you know what I mean, right? So it's that. So I know you do a lot of grounding and all that kind of stuff, but that's what that's about. It's I wasn't planning to do this either, Laura. Sorry, it just came through. So what they're saying is that the palpitations when they were happening, it's like it's creating a portal for you. And it's an old ancestral portal that is opening up for you to, and it's like they're taking the drumming through that ancestral line to do the clearing and the making everyone's heart not connected, but in coherence.
coherence, yeah, I've heard coherence as well in my meditation.
So
what year were you? I've got my astrology book. I think we've got time actually.
1963.
63, the 10th of July.
Yes, ma'am.
So hopefully that makes sense.
Yes, it does, Laura. Thank you.
17. So do you know if you're Pisces, Sun or Aquarius? Sorry, Moon.
I'm pretty sure it's Pisces. I was born in and around 1 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, you've got a lot of Cancer in your chart.
Yeah, I do. True Cancerian.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's nothing sort of jumping out. Yeah, I feel like breathing through it
Mhm.
and not it's not
Yeah,
fearing
and
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
as you breathe through it, it's going to help to clear in the ancestral line and bring all the ancestors in coherence with who and what you are right now and the planet is right now. Okay,
Thank you.
so
Thank you.
awesome. You're welcome. Good, thank you. All right, Tanya has a question.
Hello, ladies.
Oh,
Hi.
Hello, hello, Lara. Well, I don't know either go to for my chart or just ask the question that I written down. Like I understand everything you said that we chose, we came, but then I always thought why I mean I was always different since I was a child, but I never remembered who I was. And if nobody told me that like I'm a starseed or something, I would never kind of I don't know if I would ever remember who I was and why I came and stuff. So, how many years does it take to awaken to kind of that knowledge and to come back to your power and stuff? And in my case, is there something blocking me, or am I on the right path?
I think don't get attached to receiving the knowledge of before your incarnation here, because it's going to be likely outside of the bounds of Earth sort of words and understanding. So yeah, you're not necessarily on the wrong path. Or how long does it take? How long does what it is and how long? It's a journey, and it sounds like you're for some reason feeling like you're not where you should be, which isn't necessarily the case. To keep on with your practices, keep asking, like I say, that feels important for you to let go of attachment to what that there's some sort of understanding that you don't have, or under the attachment of what you feel like where you feel like you're supposed to be, or what that's supposed to look like. And keep being true to yourself, and understanding more and more who you are, with your astrology and your human design and your gene keys and all of that stuff. That's something that certainly I'm into, for something more practical to help guide us to that kind of information.
I just want to add something really quick. We're all star seeds, but we're having a human experience. It doesn't matter that we're star seeds. We're having a human experience. And until you can accept your human experience, you're not going to get more information about who you are, why you're here, right? So you're here to have a human experience. And it's for everybody. It's not just for Tanya. We are here to have a human experience. And there are no mistakes. There is no different path. The path that you're on is the perfect path for you right now in this moment. If you want to, change your path, then awesome, do it. If you don't like where you're at, then change it.
I'm absolutely fine.
Right, but it's always perfect. You're always on your path. The path is to live life as joyfully as possible, right?
Yes, I just feel like I'm guided out of my 3D like relationship and stuff into just spirituality. And I don't know if I want, it's very difficult to let go of 3D and kind of life I'm used to. And just go into complete spirituality. I don't know, either I'm not ready or maybe I'm ready and it will just take a little bit more time. I have no
But also,
idea, but
what
it's
does that
very,
mean, and what
very
does that
odd.
look like? Right? What
Like,
does that mean, and what does that look like?
like
It's different for everybody. I'm a spiritual person having a human experience.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to let go of the 3D. I'm the other
You,
way. I'm trying to get to the 3D. I can float around in spirituality all day and night. I don't think that's the goal. Necessarily. Certainly explore, but yeah, don't need to let go of 3D. I did
no,
remind me
what
of
I
something
meant
to
is
do in the
I'm pushed
process.
out of having private life into not being like how is it called this like going into not like when you're alone and you kind of completely go in internal searching and stuff. All this, that's how I feel that
yeah, that's
it's
fine. That's fine. That doesn't mean that the 3D life is wrong.
no, I'm not saying no. I just what I mean is I don't like I still want to have like relationship and stuff and
Yeah.
yes, it probably distracts me somewhat from my spiritual development, but I don't know the other way yet, so I'm still holding on to my kind of not past but things in my life that are more from 3D. That's what I meant. Not I didn't mean that I don't about
Doesn't feel
3D.
like you're excessively holding on to 3D things. It feels like a relatively healthy balance to just sort of
Okay.
keep on with and to not beat yourself up over.
Yes. All right.
I mean,
To
like
end that,
walking the dog
okay.
is a 3D thing. I have to walk the dog. I have to eat. That's a 3D thing. I have to eat. Right? Like, so that's what I think that the wording, the phrasing needs a little tweaking, but you're doing great, Tanya. Continue doing your spiritual work. Continue living life. You're going to be in on the planet,
Yeah,
for a long time, I hope, right? So continue enjoying life on the planet as a human. That's what you came to do, experience life, in this human field, right?
buddy.
Yeah, be a bit careful about feeling like you should be doing more or different, I would
Okay.
say.
Yeah, but because I always feel like I should be doing more. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that unworthiness piece. And I'm not good enough, I'm not doing enough, etc. But
Yes.
that's when you have to really focus on love and compassion for yourself and your journey, and just be sometimes, right? And so part of being spiritual is just being, not doing the spiritual stuff, but just being you,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Thank you. Yes.
Hopefully that makes
Thank
sense.
you. Feel better.
Good. Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. I love you, boss.
Awesome. Thank you, Tanya. Love you too. I just want you to have ease.
Yes, that's so difficult for me. I'm not easy.
I know. I want you to have ease and peace and know that it's okay.
I
All
will.
right. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. All right. I was a bit late. Did Laura already talk about overwhelm? Yeah, a little bit. Did you have a question about it, Sue? Let's see where we're at. I'm sure I missed some stuff in the chat, but did you have a question about the overwhelm? But go ahead.
Oh, hello, and I can look at that on the replay. I was just wondering what she was saying about always being in overwhelm. But I don't need to go back there. I'll just hang tight and we can re-listen to that. And I'll continue to listen.
Awesome. But
Okay.
yeah, so Laura, can you like when Sue's asking about being continuously in overwhelm, some people are feeling like they're in overwhelm all the time or continuously for a long time, what can they do about that?
So first, like approach I talked about, you might have missed, was this idea of sort of setting boundaries with your guides around what you're experiencing and how you are managing that. I mean, there's the general things to do for overwhelm, grounding, meditation, your chakra work. There's one thing that's important, another balance thing to do is to sort of feel empowered to do your own things, but allowing yourself to be supported, like really recognizing when you need external support. And then I was going to talk about this sort of twin track approach to healing, which is once you've done your kind of initial calming, how to approach it, the issues, some of the dense templates we're in, and yeah, kind of the why. So I'll talk about that if that's where we're at, I think. So the twin track is to recognize your difficulties and challenges as both a healing inside job and a healing broadly. So taking the challenges that you've been given and starting with the inside, healing for where that's shown up, the core sort of entry wound as to where that's shown up in your life. Internal, also talking about past lives, internal as in sort of within you, within your soul, within your energy system, looking at your sub-personalities, here, healing for yourself, childhood issues, and your like personal experiences. And then the other track is to look at the challenges that you've been given and to kind of own that you're a powerful being and that you are here to change those things, more broadly. So making sure that you're on both of these lines. I'm healing this within, but I'm experiencing this issue, this template, which I need to upgrade for my soul group, or which I'm here to clear for the collective, and sort of recognize ourselves as those powerful beings, and that's like how and why some of these storylines are playing out for us to heal within ourselves and for us to heal more broadly. Just check my notes, see if I haven't missed anything. Healing broadly could be things that we're experiencing are showing up inside of us because they're things for us to heal on the land around us, country, for your town, or even we may be healing for planets, or to actually think big in what you might be being given to do and what you actually might be able to support and change and transform.
That's a good point. It's not always about us, when we are healing and clearing, when we're experiencing something, the clearing and healing might be for our ancestral line, it could be for our bloodline, it could be for the planet, it could be for humanity, it could be for the collective, but we always make it personal. It's about me. It's just me, but that's not true, especially if we've done a lot of work, right?
Yeah, I think the ancestral stuff sort of straddles both of those, healing inside and healing broadly, but I would say very often it's both. It's looking at the twin track, it's looking at that, yes, it's all about me, yes, it's nothing to do with me at the same time. We're this speck in the universe, but we also are the universe.
Yeah.
So there's always like both of those going on. Plug my computer in, there we go.
Kathy was asking, what are sub-personalities?
So inner child, the most sort of commonly known one. Sometimes it's now known more as parts work or internal family systems. So you could just look at sub-personalities. That's the term that I learnt it as. But really, really rich work. And it can be, when I work with people with sub-personalities, we're really going quite multidimensional with parts of you, and it could be, the sub-personality doesn't have to have a name. It could be like the part of me that feels this, or I mean, one of the sub-personalities this is sort of like parts hidden in our subconscious, really, that came through to me, so that maybe bringing into the process was like there's a part of us that doesn't want to be here, and this could be really sabotaging. So with sub-personality work, we're going within and yeah, working. Another really powerful one is working with the inner male and inner female, dialoguing with them, you know, upgrading them, making sure they're working together. So it's a really it's a really
Okay.
good one. Inner protector, inner you can even have inner saboteur, inner protector, inner critic. We all know that
Okay.
one.
Yes.
Bringing the inner
We
critic
definitely know
up to
that
the
one.
light, bringing the inner. So yeah, the internal, yeah, but potentially all of our sub-personalities are representative of everything that's going on outside. You could even ask for a sub-personality that's something that you see in someone else, or, you know, where is that part in me? And this is where we can also hold a lot of power in healing outside of ourselves, is to look for it inside and heal
Okay.
it
Awesome.
that
Thank you.
way. So yeah, that's a kind of a branch of like a healing modality, I guess, that I work with quite a lot.
Yeah.
I presume that people know that term, but obviously, yeah, internal family systems, or parts work. It seems to be called quite a lot more.
And also the like archetypes as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you
Yeah.
can go to town with it. You can use your also use your birth chart. You can use your astrology signs, or you know your planet or planets. You know the part of me that is this planet and placement. We've kind of played with as well. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. I'm glad you asked that, Kathy, because I was also I had the same question in my head too at the same time when you typed it in. It's like, what do you mean by subpersonalities? So perfect. All right. So I know that so we as some of you know who were here early, but I do have to leave early today because I have to take Neo to the vet. He's not feeling well, and so um that's why we're not going to be on here too long, but we have lots of time for the process. And of course, we still have time for questions. And I want to take a few minutes and just talk about the package, which is really very simple. And then we'll do the process and or questions if people have questions. Okay, sounds good. Let me
Yep.
open up the right
The
thing.
process isn't. I'm not planning for it to be too long, although you never know with these things.
Yeah, you never
Just
know.
to let you know.
Yeah, when you're in the flow, you know, you just go with it, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's going to be too long.
We'll see. But then there's still time for questions.
Yeah,
Gosh, what am I doing?
and I'll talk a little bit about the astrological weather if we have time at the end.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. So I am
Well,
sharing my screen.
solstice.
So the package that Laura has today is a 60-minute personal session with Laura plus 3 healing audios for $127, and of course a payment plan is available. And if you are an Inner Circle member, please use your gift code. So the 60-minute personal session, Laura, what does that look like?
So just depending on what you come to me with, we will be looking at your challenges are, that you're feeling overwhelmed, pinpoint that twin track, what needs healing inside, what are you being asked to step up and heal more broadly, working together with your guides to if there's any sort of boundary setting or whatever. Something that has been common for clients that come to me with these like, you know, they're stuck in these stuck templates, is working on a process for addressing this energy polarity, reverse polarity, which sort of which can block a lot of other healing processes. And then using that bilateral tapping with that. It's something, reverse polarity, something that your energy system starts working the wrong way, and is blocking everything that can happen. Often, if you experience trauma or whatever, this is something that's quite common for people that, this is something that I've found to be really powerfully transformative and creating dramatic shifts for people that have been really stuck and feel like they've tried everything else. So
Awesome. And
and then
that's
astrology, I'll ask for your birth details and we can look at your chart, or I can reference that if you're interested.
awesome. And this is all on Zoom, right?
Yes, it'll be recorded. So I don't think I put that, but be a recorded session.
Awesome. And then there's 3 healing audios as well
Yes,
included.
Calming Clarity is the new one I did for this particular topic. What did I do? Yeah, this is bringing in that calming, place from where to, so that we can then sort of like, move on from working with the root, doing grounding stuff, working bringing like calming into the prefrontal cortex for the nervous system, the crown. So working with sort of certain, like the energetics of certain brain parts, calming that kind of primal, overwhelm kind of monkey, mind stuff that happens, and just sort of upgrading in that area. And then there's like sort of from that relaxed state, there's a process for like inviting in your guides and dialoguing with your guides from there. And the other 2 are sort of bonus audios that I've done previously. The nourishing feminine energy is another one, really for calming. And I mean, that's the sort of thing as well that would be good for the lady we spoke to, so I can't remember your name, of this kind of like, oh, I should be doing something else, I should be doing more, like just
Yeah, Tanya.
chill. And then
Yeah.
unconscious blocks is, that's it. Also working with specific brain parts seems to be something I'm working with quite a lot at the moment as well. This is something that does our brain functions in completely miraculous and amazing ways, but also our brain can work against us in many ways. And something, one of the templates I guess I've been working with upgrading is energies in the brain and how we can capitalize and make the most of them, and how we can upgrade some of that primal stuff that that's blocking us, and that's this is sort of unconscious stuff. So yeah.
Awesome. And then of course there's some wonderful testimonials from people who have worked with Laura many times, so that you can definitely read up on that. And again, 60-minute personal session plus 3 healing audios for $127 with a payment plan. And don't forget your gift code. Okay, if you're an Inner Circle member. Awesome, thank you. Thank you. And awesome, thank you, Tina. All right, so if anybody has any questions before we go into the healing process, you can raise your hand now or type your question in the chat. And then because I'm always I love questions, because you never know what is going on in people's minds and what's going on in their lives, so it always brings up more information and wisdom for all of us. But then of course I always love healing processes, because you know what, we could definitely use a little bit more healing right now, and some of you may be experiencing a lot right now, and so the healing is going to support you in whatever is going on with you, right? So so the healing process, Laura, what is it about? Oh, Kathy, go ahead. Let's see what Kathy has to say first. Go ahead, Kathy.
Too, I'm having heart palpitations, and I've been thinking about it. It doesn't feel like it's anything physical for me.
Hold on. You're really low. I can barely hear you. Or is it just me, or is that everybody else too?
Can you hear me okay now?
Quite
You have
I can hear you.
No, we can't hear you. You have to speak up, like really speak up.
Okay, I too am feeling heart palpitations, and I can write it in the chat. I'll just write it.
So she's also feeling heart palpitations, just like Caroline.
I'm just
So I also sometimes feel the heart palpitations as well from time to time. And I know for myself that is just an opening of the heart, and at the same time me receiving more energies and downloads. So for me, what's important is grounding, right? Being fully grounded and being present in the body. And I don't have anxiety either. I don't have anything physical going on either. So I know that for me, when that happens, it's just me receiving or tuning into more energies and frequencies that are coming onto the planet or that I'm receiving from my guides. It's it's Peggy as well, same thing. I was going to hold back, but I have been having palpitations on occasion. That began a few months ago, and it's not anxiety either. So again, and if you've gotten it checked, if you know it's not nothing physical, right? Then you know it has to be what? Energy related, frequency related, right? And so the best thing to do is breathe through it, like Laura said at the beginning, right? Was just to breathe through it, but at the same time ground and be grateful, like, just be thankful and grateful for the experience, for receiving these energies and downloads from source, guides, etc. And at the same time, there's something else that they're saying. Yeah, grounding and walking and breathing to help move the energy. Okay, so to help move the energy, so that it's not just in the heart, but it's actually flowing more freely. Okay.
Yeah,
Could be also
check it out with medical,
yeah, definitely
first.
always check it out if
But
you're concerned, because we are not doctors.
Otherwise to sort of breathe into it, to become as comfortable with it as possible rather than kind of fearing it. I feel like
Yeah, because
that might bring any answers that you need without sort of having the time to look into individual cases. There may be heart healing
but
things, but yeah, it might be the body just healing itself, and our programming kind of goes, oh, that feels weird or that feels scary, but to
Well,
breathe
also
just
when we
into
receive
it.
more light, right? When we receive more frequencies, the energy body, the physical body is not used to it, right? So it has to get used to it. It has to find a way to integrate it into itself, right? And that's why the breathing, the movement, the grounding, and the staying calm is going to help it to do that for you. Okay. But of course, like I said, if you're concerned, definitely go see a doctor, because we are not medical professionals. And I have to say that over and over again, because otherwise YouTube is gonna like not let me post my stuff, right? But
The energy
always
stuff
double check.
often does, they work
Yeah.
in tandem, the medical and the spiritual,
Yeah, exactly.
energetic.
So there is a lot going on, right? There's a lot happening on the planet. There's a lot of energies. There've been a lot of those solar flares and all that stuff from the sun as well. And of course, this week it's the solstice. So, there's a lot, right? And so what are you doing to nurture yourself? What are you doing to take care of yourself? Are you grounding? Are you balancing your field? Are you meditating? Are you being still? Are you bringing the energy from your mind down to your heart, so that you're not just always constantly thinking, right? So there's all of that is important, right? And drink lots of water is also what they're saying, to drink lots of water, but ground and drink lots of water.
Doing the nourishing things, the audios, or any meditations, or
Yeah. And like sometimes, like I know on these types of calls we tend to do a lot of activations, a lot of healing, and I know you all are on other calls as well. I get it, but sometimes you got to take a break from everything and just be and just chill, right? Because sometimes it can just be too much and you're overburdening yourself, right? So there's always asking for the energies and frequencies, etc., to be gentle. So just because you ask for something to be gentle does not mean that you're not going to receive as much as you need or require or want, but you're at least going to get them in a gentle and balanced way, so that it's not going to affect your body, your energy field as much. Okay.
But when it does, just to make peace with that energy that's going on in your body.
Yeah, when it is so strong and intense, then take that time to just rest and nurture yourself, like Laura's saying, right? And honor those energies that are coming in to support you. And they're coming in to support you to be the highest expression of you, the highest, best version of you, right? The more light we hold, the more energy frequencies we can hold, the more we can create, right? The more that we can be of ourselves as well, right? So don't think of those things as negative or whatever. Think of it as like, okay, thank you. I will see what I can do to balance these energies in my field and move forward from there. Okay, make sense? Yeah, balance of the doing and the being. I think big brain issues, being feeling more anxiety than usual. Yeah, there's a lot happening with the planets, of course. Could be an allergic. If you feel like there's an allergic reaction to food or drink, like like I said, go to the doctor if you think it's something physical. But if you've checked all that, then do the energy, just the being and the balancing and the grounding will help with that. Thank you for that question, Kathy. Yeah. And I wish you all well. Like I said, it is a high intense time right now, and so sometimes we just have to just rest and take it easy, okay, and nurture ourselves. All right, Laura, we were talking about the process.
Oh, yeah. Luckily it's short. Well, I need to make it short. Yeah, I mean, let's just do a little bit of that now to begin with. Yeah.
So I think we
we're going
definitely
to,
need a balancing of the heart and the balancing of the
yeah,
brain.
yeah, we're going to do some breathing and grounding, and then connecting to our star teams for this feedback,
Mhm.
and then clearing some of these broad patterns that we were talking about, or this broader healing that we were talking about with the twin track, based on the guides that you've connected with. So hopefully we're all going to be connecting to our people, and working collectively, but working with our individual things that we're here for. So if everyone wants to close their eyes, and let's begin by taking a deep, just deepening. See if we can deepen the breath a little more, just giving the body a little more breath, just really receiving the air, breathing, activating the diaphragm with the breath, just breathing really full, and even imagining the breath going to all of the cells, breathing into any spaces and places of discomfort, and making peace with whatever's there. And let's connect, ask to make sure we're connected. Grounding cord, energy cord from the root chakra going down into the center of the earth. We ask for this cord to be expanded, cleared of any obstruction, healed of any damage, cleansed, strengthened, and protected. And just knowing now that that grounding cord is there. For some, it definitely become disconnected or astray. Knowing now that, or asking now for any excess energies to go down that grounding cord and to be received and transmuted by the earth. And drawing up any net nourishment from Gaia that we need. That's asked to connect the galactic cord, connecting really right into the center of the heart chakra. The galactic cord coming up from the heart chakra, up through the crown of the head, connecting all the way up to source, asking for this galactic cord to be expanded, so we can receive more light. We can also further expel excess energies, asking for the filters coming down to be just the right size for us. So we've asked for the cord to be expanded, clearing any obstructions, healing any damage in this galactic cord. Asking for it to be cleansed, strengthened, and protected. So having this nice sense of safety from being connected above and below, We'll now go within to left and right and ask to upgrade our inner male, imagining that inner male to be the right hand side of our body. Just clearing shame from the male templating we carry. And then bringing in, asking to upgrade the inner female, the left-hand side of the body. Just relaxing, calming, nurturing, and then taking that feminine energy, inner female energy over to the inner male. So they can be in exchange and in harmony with each other. It's going to do this particularly at the heart chakra level, particularly for those having heart palpitations. And just feeling now to if there's something collectively that those heart palpitations are asking for me to look at. Just bringing in forgiveness between the inner male and female, and really understanding that they're really making sure that they're supporting each other, that they're receiving from each other. Just as the heart chakra is spinning, it's just releasing stuck and stagnant energy. Really making sure that heart chakra is connected down to the root and the grounding cord and up the galactic cord, where this merging of heaven and earth is happening. Let's just ask to clear broadly for anyone who's stuck with this deep part of us that we can't see or hear or understand, that doesn't want to be here. May even be there's a sort of also this inner teenager energy of foot stamping and tantrum throwing and refusal to take part. Let's just honor that part of us, because we all know that it can feel like that, and that's an honorable way of being. But as we're able to honor that part, so are we able to move away from it, upgrade, bring that part up to the light, get that part of us a party to go to, or a singing group, or something, an art class, something that's all the wonderful gifts that we do have here on earth. So just remember and acknowledge that, keeping an eye on the time. So I'm going to invite in now all of your respective guide teams for you to connect. Don't get too hung up on how they show up, whether they show up. Just set intention if you're not someone who's visual or auditory. Just going to do that for everyone that's on the call now, and everyone that's listening for the replay. Inviting your angels, guides, star team to come. It may be a group for each of you, maybe one. I'm going to ask, actually, whilst they're all gathered here, if there's any information sharing between them for all of the progress and downloads and understanding we have to be shared. I'm going to invite you all now to share with, be that intentional, or if that feels direct, to share with your guide team a particular challenge or a series of challenges that you're experiencing right now, be that physical, personal, etc. just to share, just imagine you're talking to a member of your guide team that really doesn't understand Earth. So we're as a group now, we're sharing, reporting back some of the difficulties that we're experiencing, how that feels, how and where we feel stuck, so that we can now ask for any template upgrades that might support this, any programming that can be changed, upgraded, any more light that can be brought in. Clearing, asking for them to clear any dark energy that's interfering. And just asking for more support. Asking them for any energy system upgrades that they're here to provide, that we're able to receive. Clearing blocks for everyone to receiving. Clearing blocks to receiving in the heart, clearing blocks to receiving in the third eye. And clearing now, working with your star team and clearing for you whatever your individual templates are related to your difficulties, clearing for your soul group, extended soul group, monad, the template pattern that you're struggling with, upgrading. Let's upgrade in everyone's soul group this balance of male and masculine and feminine energy within all the souls in our soul group. Just clearing and breathing, calming energy into our soul group heart chakra, soul group, extended soul group monad, as connected as you are to the different levels of your soul group. And then clearing where your difficulties and patterns are connected to your any ancestral lines. Clearing the mother's ancestral line, father's ancestral line. Clearing for your inner child. Whatever the childhood issues were that are contributing to where you are now, or that are holding you back. To upgrade for all of us on a collective level, the sort of overemphasis on this sort of family template, to upgrade our internal family, inner mother, inner father, so we can parent ourselves. And so we can parent our children. And then just to finish breathing, so thanking our star team, asking and intending to remain in communication, be that largely subconscious. And just to finish, just to breathing into the heart. Any more of the supportive energy that's available for us. Breathing out any of the stagnant energy that we're working through. Breathing down the grounding cords and drawing in from the galactic cord to just the right level, making sure that there's that filter, appropriate filter for us in the crown chakra, so we're not overwhelmed with energy. Opening up the Sushumna Nadis, Ida, Pingala meridians, so we can allow more light. And then just coming back into the body and opening your eyes whenever you're ready. I never feel ready, so I'm just going to make myself open my eyes. I don't know if that was longer than I thought it was. Maybe we haven't got long now, but I don't know. We could finish on that if you wanted to, or if anyone has anything else to
Great.
say.
Yeah, I didn't want to open my eyes either.
I never want to
Sue
open my
says,
eyes.
wow, wow, wow. Laura, thank you for the beautiful clearing. Hallelujah. Oh boy, that was big. I'm so
Good, good.
dizzy. That was exquisite. So ground, 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 ground. No wonder I was so led to this call. Just what was needed. Good. But if you're feeling dizzy, then ground, right? And breathe. Tina said, thanks. Wonderful. Yeah. And I know for myself too, I was feeling a lot of activity in my third eye, the crown area, but at the same time, I've had a lot on my mind lately. So of course, it totally makes
Good,
sense.
yeah. It started absolutely pouring with rain whilst I was doing that. Heavens opened.
Ah,
Crazy.
thank you. That was exactly what I needed. Thank you so much, Laura. That was beautiful. Good. So it's exactly what people needed, right? So all that
Good.
clearing as well as the balancing and yeah, was perfect. Yeah,
Mm.
we have a few more minutes. Laura, if you wanted to talk a little bit about, so it's like I know you said it twice now, 3 times, and I'm like, I don't know what she said about what's happening planetarily, or no, that's not.
Oh, well, I was just gonna, talk about the astrological weather just over the next few days with the solstice. The solstice is when the sun enters Cancer. That's Thursday night here in the UK. I think it's early Friday morning in the US. Yeah.
No, the other way. Just the other way.
Oh, sorry, yes, the other way. So you'd be Thursday evening as well. Anyway, I like
Yeah.
to get the exact time.
I think it's for me, it's Thursday afternoon. I think I read
Yes,
somewhere.
sorry, yeah, you're right. So in Australia and Asia, it would be early hours of Friday morning, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
just before, so we've had this Venus and Mercury made this same ingress into Cancer on Monday. I don't know if anyone noticed, so but because where Neptune is right at the end of Pisces, so and we're moving into Cancer from Gemini, so right at the end of Gemini is making a square with Neptune, which is bringing up challenges for us to work through around confusion and illusion. So if things feel like just before the solstice, things feel whoa, know that the solstice is going to be this sort of clarity, hopefully this sort of clarity turning point. So just to say that really as a to note that if things are feeling confusing, then it's the same for everyone. Which is always nice to know.
Yeah, for sure.
And then
And clarity is coming.
there'll be the Neptune, there'll be some force of like to address something that feels confusing or something that you thought was one way and it is turning out to be another. There's another like Neptune thing.
Yeah.
And so like I was saying, someone's already been feeling that. We've experienced this with Mercury and Venus and Sun are all in a similar place at the moment. So they're kind of blazing the trail into Cancer. Just moved into Cancer now. Just over 24 hours after the solstice or that ingress, we have the full moon in Capricorn, which may be really grounding, there's the Capricorn energy and the Cancer energy that may be pulling us in different directions. I mean, I like to observe the full moon and I don't like to make predictions about what's going to be, because it's going to be different for everyone. And you will probably find that most people, you would find that the full moon, you feel different each time. So just to be aware, to notice if, Cancer, can always be weepy. Capricorn can be a bit more, firm and grounding, and often it does. Depends on where the full moon is landing in your chart. So come and see me if you're interested in understanding, how these transits are for you in your personal chart. Something that I'm always looking at.
So just be aware of things changing and shifting, and just stuff is up. So, don't take it personally, don't make it too significant, but just be aware, right?
And listen for the lessons, and for the full moon, if you need to go within. For the full moon, if you need to go out and party, go out and party. I think it's something full moon energy is always something to ride, rather than to have preconceptions about what it's going to be, or make plans to be open to how it's going to play out for you. I often feel one way just before it, and one way after, kind of to go from up or down to the other,
Yeah, so
the other way. But
just observe, but stay out of the emotional drama. Just observe. Stay
Capricorn
calm.
can be quite good at, Capricorn can bring a really nice grounding, balancing to Cancer. And Capricorn's Earth, and opposing the Sun in Cancer. This Earth and Water do have this great potential to work together. So
Awesome.
so there's
Good.
that.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
And it's
thank you.
hot, so yeah, go for a swim, or it's hot for a lot of us. It's the
Exactly.
summer. It's the summer.
Yeah, we're in the heat wave. All right. So of course, again, great process, great healing on the call, great wisdom. So go back and watch or listen again to get all of the information. And of course, please do work with Laura. There's a personal session, 60-minute personal session plus 3 healing audios. It's going to be really transformational for you, especially if you have been going through a lot of overwhelm, or feeling stuck, or just confused, etc. She has some powerful tools that she works with that can give you some clarity and change. Okay. So thank you everybody for all your questions, comments, feedback, etc. Thank you. Thank you. We'll be back on Thursday for another show. Okay, so we'll see you then. I gotta run. So until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all so much love and blessings. Thank you again, Laura, so much.
Thanks very much for having me. Thanks everyone for joining, and be well, and be in peace.
Enjoy the solstice.
Yes,
Yeah,
solstice
exactly.
blessings.
Yes, we'll see you on Thursday. So we will be back during that intense time of the solstice. So that'll be fun. All right, bye everyone. Bye for now.
Bye.